Am I staying just because I'm terrified of all the unknowns?
So, particularly in my book, I talk about the anchors, the things that once you make the decision, you just keep dropping anchors to hold on to it. You have to keep anchoring down. And I just kept dropping anchors, anchors to the point where the boat stopped rocking. And there was just no, my ex husband had become an alcoholic. Like he was a workaholic, then became an alcoholic. And then he was mixing that with pills. And I was seeing the evidence of it over and over and over again. And then anchor number two was how miserable my kids were. My ex was just incredibly, just absolutely terrible to my son. And to the point where he openly was so mean to my son at a soccer game that you could see it. He was just so proud because he was 5 years old, 6 years old, and he's holding his trophy. He's so excited. And he looks at both of us and his face drops. And I was like, you don't get to treat him like that. And I was like, no, I don't. I do not need to support you when you are tearing down my child. So that was anchor number two. I was sitting there watching it, and his parents had come in, and then, his best friend comes in, and he's just like, I just need to drink because I can't sleep, and all of this. Everyone just turned. And I was like, wow, you have the silver tongue. And so that was anchor number three. Well, then he sent a letter to his entire family about how abusive I was and how terrible, and his drinking is because of me, because I've done all this to him. And I was like, anchor number four. Like, it was just like anchor, anchor, anchor. Sometimes you can't really talk to anybody about anything, to the point that our last counseling session, our therapist looked at him and was like, and he looked at her and was like, 100% of our issues are Johnny's fault. And she was like, 100%? She ended up emailing me and said, Johnny, I can't help you. I can't help you guys. He is unwilling to hear anything. So it was anchor, 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 anchor. And so it wasn't like you leave 9 times, you just anchor down every time to the point where it's just like, okay, I
So
tried.
when you say anchor, it almost sounds to me like epiphany after epiphany after epiphany of this is who I am married to, or this is who I'm committed to. This is who he is. And you're getting these these snapshots of this is the person that is the real person, versus the person that I believed he was or wanted to believe he was or tried to help him be.
Mm-hmm.
So is
Or
that what you mean
like
by
he
the
was.
anchor?